It's really only within a few miles that you see a huge change, or even if you're up in the foothills, depending on what side of the slope you're on, that'll change your numbers drastically. Here's a look at some of the most recent snowfall totals. Pine Cliff coming in at almost 30 inches of snow. So you get in through parts of Boulder County, Gilpin County, Jeffco. You can see Evergreen now at just over 24 inches. I just keep adding to these numbers as the morning goes on, and we will continue that. Arvada coming in at over almost 17, and southeast Denver definitely more than what we're seeing here across downtown and also the northeastern edge of the metro area. It's going to be a little bit heavier on that south side of Denver. More to come, though, and I'll show you that here in just a minute. Here is not a view of Long's Peak. It's back there behind all this cloud cover, but just to give you an idea of the visibility and how tough it is up and through the mountains right now. Heavy snow also hitting parts of the southern Front Range, so down near the Springs, Pueblo. A lot of people do have to make that drive from Denver to the Springs and even south from there, and that is just not pretty right now. In fact, we've had some areas of thunder snow, so some brief bursts of heavy snow. Closer to town, it actually lightened up a little bit here. Really from northeast to southwest, not so much up and through the foothills. It's still really coming down on the west side of town. 285, Tiny Town, Conifer coming in at over a foot of snow now, and there will be more here. Over the airport, obviously a spot we're going to be watching. That will pick up in intensity here this afternoon, and I'll show you why in just a minute. Winds anywhere from 15 to about 30 miles per hour. It's going to make it feel more like 20s out there, so we'll be in the 30s all day long, but expect to see wind chills in the 20s here through the day and some teens up and through the mountains. Winds will remain gusty, so blustery to the northeast. Now watch Futurecast and how this moisture starts to pick back up. It fills in over northeastern Colorado, so spots that are dry right now, areas like Sterling, Fort Morgan, closer to Greeley where we haven't seen much of anything, you're going to likely start to see more of a rain-snow mix and then all snow by early afternoon. That's what we're going to be also seeing here in town as it picks back up. So over the airport, we could start to see more delays, potentially more cancellations this afternoon as more of that snow starts to land there at the airport. It'll continue tonight. Tomorrow morning, we'll gradually start to see those skies clear out, and there will be some lingering light snow for the early morning drive, but then by the afternoon, actually some sunshine. So additional snowfall, another 12 to 24 inches, another 1 to 2 feet potentially in the foothills, likely up to another foot across the metro area in spots where it's only been maybe 2 to 3 inches. You'll likely get closer to that mark, that foot mark. And then for the northeastern plains, 3 to 6 inches once we start to see some of the wet weather. So obviously a Denver 7 weather action day. If kids have school tomorrow, we'll be in the, looks like 30s by the afternoon with some clearing skies, more sunshine by that point. Any little bit of sun, if you've lived in Colorado for any bit of time, will really help to melt. Those main roads are going to look great probably actually by tomorrow afternoon. But Jason, some of the side streets will obviously remain slushy, especially where we already have, 2-3 feet of snow.